What up, beautiful souls? Empress of Duality here. For those of you that are new or might not know, my name is Brooke. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the Love Vibe Tribe, my subscribers, my tribe. You know how much I love and appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the abundance that you bring into my life. So good to be here with you all. This is going to be a shorter video. I made a TikTok earlier and it really inspired me to get up here and come throw some messages at my tribe that I was feeling maybe could serve you guys. Maybe take a few deep breaths in love with you guys before we get started. One more. All right, so as many of you can see from the title, how is the label soulmate and twin flame blocking and repelling love from being in your life in this current moment? So the thing about labels is they can serve us in aligning us with specific people, with specific opportunities, attracting specific experiences, these labels, attaching and identifying with them, aligning with these labels, right? It does align us with specific experiences. However, to have balance within the label, to have balance within the limitation of the label, you must also open yourself up to releasing that identity of who you are. So when it comes to a soulmate or a twin flame, these are just guidance systems, you guys. They're templates of identification that help us to open our awareness to connection, right? Whether it is a soulmate or a twin flame, it is an experience or connection in love. So hold on. My video, okay. You know, YouTube be driven. And with that being said, you know, when it comes to labeling a connection as a soulmate connection or a twin flame connection, we have to be kind of careful with that, because as we identify someone as a soulmate or as our twin flame, we really do set expectations around that connection. And here's the thing about expectations. While some expectations create healthy boundaries out of self-love, self-respect, other expectations really set us up to be disappointed, to be let down, and also block us from the potential of experience that is there. So to break that down a little bit, I've noticed within the twin flame community that there are lots of belief systems, lots of storylines that really limit people's ability to connect to love. So for example, when people say, oh, this person that I'm connecting with is just a soulmate, I always kind of smile at that and laugh, because I'm like, just a soulmate? Love is love, right? Connection is connection. And understanding that we are unity consciousness and that the experience of connection, the experience of love is infinite, you guys. Infinite possibilities, infinite experiences of love. So whether it is a soulmate or a twin flame, really doesn't matter. It's just a preference in terminology. It is not limited to that label. And, you know, some people I've noticed, they'll be like, you know, I met a soulmate, me and my twin are in separation, and, you know, I don't want to dive too deeply into the connection with my soulmate, because what if my twin flame comes back? Or, you know, I feel like I'm cheating on my twin flame, even though we're not talking, we're not in a relationship, we don't have any commitments to each other. I feel like I'm cheating on my twin flame if I go and hang out with my soulmate and build a relationship with them. And it's just like, the love that is before you, no matter how your ego wants to identify or label it, it is love that is showing itself to you. And whether it is a soulmate or a twin flame, it is your sovereign choice what that relationship births within you. It is your sovereign choice whether that relationship serves you or limits you, right? YouTube is doing something weird. But hopefully the video is clear. I don't really know. I guess I'll find out after I get done. So, let's see if Spirit has anything else to say. I didn't really plan this out. Y'all know I like to just get up here and speak from my heart, speak from awareness, whatever comes into my conscious awareness for you guys. Tap into the energy and let it flow. So, next thing that I'm getting is when it comes to relationships, whether you're with a soulmate, a twin flame, a karmic, or whatever you want to call them, okay? There are expectations that we set for our lover. They have to have a job, they have to understand how to work with kids, they have to be open to my spirituality, they have to hold the same beliefs that I do. They have to make this certain amount of money. I make this amount of money, and I don't want to settle for anyone that maybe works at a fast food restaurant. It isn't bringing money. They're not on my level or something like that. Or expectations. Like, here's an example. Within my twin flame connection, I am very open, and it's easy for me to show affection. However, you know, my partner, it's not that he isn't open, but maybe he doesn't really know what affection looks like. Maybe hasn't practiced as much with being affectionate. Maybe when he was younger, when he was affectionate, it was rejected or it was judged or he was condemned in some way for being affectionate. Maybe they told him it made him weak. Like, you never know, right? So in that situation, in the connection, if I have an expectation, if I have labeled the connection between Danny and I as lacking in intimacy or lacking in affection, that is what I am going to see unless I am open to love, right? And if I set the expectation that Danny, you know, maybe I have a conversation. I'm like, Danny, you know, I would really like for you to maybe compliment me more on my looks, or tell me that you love me and look in my eyes when you tell me that you love me, or grab my ass when I walk by, or if we're laying in bed and I turn to the side and all you see is ass in your face, grabbing some ass. I would love that kind of affection, right? And he hears me out, right? He's open to compromising with me. And then the next day, let's say I go lay in bed and I lay on my side, and I remember I told Danny when I lay on my side I'd love for him to grab me or rub my body, and I go and I lay on my side, and then he doesn't do it, and then I get angry at him, or I create an expectation in my head that says Danny isn't listening to me, Danny isn't validating my needs, Danny isn't meeting my needs, and just like all of this different expectations. Meanwhile, I haven't even given him the opportunity to meet those, given him the opportunity to explore what maybe affection is to him, right? So that was just a little example of how, like, within a connection, when you set these expectations and you're not open to what is before you, right? So let me spin it this way. On Danny's side, maybe he heard me out. He's willing to compromise. You know, how do I say this? Give me just a second. So I have a conversation with him about how I would like him to meet these needs and how I'd like him to compromise, express my emotions, express my preferences, right? I'm open to receiving his love. But if in my head, my expectation of intimacy, my label, my identification of affection looks like grabbing my ass, or my identification or label of affection looks like looking me in the eyes and telling my, him telling me that he loves me. If that's my expectation of affection and love, then I'm not open, right? I'm not open to Danny's interpretation of love. Maybe Danny's interpretation of love is waking up in the morning, and while I'm in group meditation, he goes outside and cleans all of the snow off of the car, snow plows the driveway so that when I get done in meditation with group, I can go to the car and drive somewhere if I want to without having to do all that work. Maybe that's how Danny expresses affection, right? But if Brooke labels affection and identifies affection as this one thing, then she'll never have the capacity to see all of the different variations of affection. Same thing with the twin flame label, same thing with the soulmate label. If you label a soulmate as less than a twin flame, if you label a soulmate as the love that is experienced there, the connection that is experienced there isn't as beautiful, as wonderful, as magical, as potent, as special, as divine as a twin flame relationship, you are missing out on so much love that connection has to offer you, right? And the only reason that, Spirit's bringing this up is to set you free from those expectations that we set on people, that we set when it comes to love, because love can be right in front of you, but you'll never see it if you have that filter on from your ego of expectation, of identification, of labeling what love is supposed to look like, feel like, taste like, smell like, be like, rather than just being in love, right? That's it. You just gotta be in love. Be open to love. Be open to other people's love language. Be open to the opportunities of love that are before you, even if your mind is telling you that they are not as special or significant as another connection, right? So let me see if they have anything else to say today. It's really weird. I'm not sure if my video is actually like live because I kind of may have messed up on one part before I streamed it. It's weird not seeing anybody in the chat. So that's interesting. Oh, shit. Okay, well, I have the video set to private, so I'll release this in a minute. That's okay. So let's just finish, Spirit. Anything else for the beautiful souls on this video? So they want me to give you another example of how expectation can really actually lead to suffering. It can leave you to feeling like isolated, leave you feeling unworthy, leave you beating yourself up because your friends keep, they're not giving you the love that you expect from them. Your lover, your partner's not giving you the love that you expect from them. Your family isn't giving you the love that you may expect from them, right? So here's another example in Brooke's life of how relieving herself from labels and expectations and what it looks like, right? The ego says, this doesn't look the way that I want it to be. This doesn't look like love. This doesn't look like, you know what I mean? That's what the ego likes to do. It likes to tell you everything that it isn't, rather than letting you be open to all that it is. Oh, that is beautiful. So, I'm in Canada, right? I'm from North Carolina. I came here in January 1st, actually, and then the world went fucking crazy, okay? And this is the first Christmas, you guys, where I'm not going to see my family. Okay? I don't get to be in their presence physically. I don't get to do all of the family traditions that I've done since I was a baby, right? My whole life. Like this, being with my dad, being with my mom, being with my family, my grandma and grandpa coming over to see the gifts that we got from Santa or from our parents the next Christmas morning, like all these little traditions. Brooke's identification of what Christmas looks like. Brooke's label and expectation for what Christmas looks like. That's what it was for her, right? Staying at daddy's house, waking up in the morning to my stepmom's breakfast. Oh, I'm getting emotional. You know, she always cooks like homemade sausage and homemade biscuits, and my sister comes over with her kids. My brother's there, my stepbrother's there. My grandparents come over, we exchange gifts. We all sit in the living room, opening our gifts in order by age, right? That's what Christmas has looked like for Brooke. But this year, she's in Canada, right? The borders are closed. There's all these different challenges or what seem like blocks from her being able to be in her traditional environment with her family, okay? And Brooke had two choices, you guys. She could be limited to her expectation of what Christmas is supposed to be, or she could be open to what Christmas can be this time, right? She can go into the negative emotions of, I don't get to see my family. I don't get to be with my dad. I don't get to have my mom's breakfast in the morning. I don't get to cuddle up with my dad in his recliner like I do because I'm little bitty, right? And he has this big old recliner that he sits in, and I get to sit in the recliner with him because I'm all small and we just fit perfectly together, right? I don't get to give my dad a foot massage this year. That's something that we like to do together. Give him little foot massages. It's my like affection and love for him, right? I don't get to see my cousins. You know, I don't get to bring Danny back home with me and let him experience what Christmas was like for me. All of these, I can't with all the emotions of like, this sucks or this isn't fair or I want to cry. I feel grief. I'm sad. I'm upset, right? And like, those are my two choices. I can go into all of that, or I can say, you know what? Let me be open to embracing the love that is in front of me, right? I'm in Canada. It's beautiful here. The snow. Danny's family is so good to me. My dog, my cat. I have a fiance this year, right? Like, this is my first year with my fiance. My twin flame. This is my first Christmas with my twin flame, if you want to call it that, right? With the love of my life. This is my first Christmas where, you know, it's different. It's different from Brooke's usual expectation of Christmas, you know? And like, that's your two choices, right? You can go into letting the mind tell you that it isn't good enough because it doesn't meet your expectation. Or you can just be open, right? Brooke, at least you can call your parents. At least you can call your daddy. You can call your mom. You can FaceTime them. You can see their face. You can see them smile. You can feel them. When you connect, you can feel them inside of your heart. Not everybody gets to call their mom. Not everyone gets to call their dad, right? There are these things that we forget about because we're so used to expectations that we set. So that's just a little example of how you can shift the energy and really soften the mind's perception of everything and be open to everything that is embracing you in the moment. And not to mention, a lot of the times it is the contrast. It is us experiencing something different, not good or bad, right or wrong, but just different than what we expect, that shows us what we had to begin with, that shows us what we have to begin with, if you are open to seeing it that way. So yeah, that's just my little message for today. I hope that it serves you, my beautiful tribe. Sorry that I had the video private and you couldn't join me as I am giving these messages and in the energy. But time is not linear, so whether you're watching the replay or whatever, you're here with me. I feel you, I see you, I love you. Maybe I just invite you to open yourself up. Tell Spirit, I surrender my mind's perception and I embrace what I'm feeling. I embrace the people in my life. I embrace the possibility of infinite love that surrounds me. I surrender my mind's perception. I embrace this present moment. I open myself up to connecting with love in any of its forms, right? Unconditional love is unconditional love. The energy of love is undeniable. But sometimes when we're stuck in the ego and the mind space, that's the only thing that we're connected to. We lose awareness and connection to what we're hearing, what we're smelling, what we're feeling, what we're sensing, what is going on around us, the opportunities that are before us. We're very tunnel vision in our expectation, in our perception, right? So just invite you to soften the mind's perception today. Connect with your senses, connect with the people that are around you, set the intention to being open to seeing things differently, right? Especially if it's something that is hurting you, like not being able to be with your family, right? It kind of stings a little bit. Just say, whew, man, that perception is heavy, Spirit. I would like to relieve myself from that and be open to receiving love today. Okay? I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. I will see you all soon. Drop a comment. Let me know how this resonated or if it served you. Drop a like for your girl. Show your girl some love. I am open to receive your love. And I love you guys. Empress of Duality, out.